Well, I know we're all on a tight budget these days, and in this video, I'm gonna share with you my top 5 fixed blades under 50 bucks. Yeah, that good old American dollar just doesn't seem to go quite as far as it used to here in 2022. And I'm excited to do this update for you. Several years ago, I did this exact same style of video where I shared with you my top 5 fixed blades under $50, and it was awesome to have knives like the Buck 119, the Gerber Strong Arm, the Gerber Prodigy, just to name a few on that list. But I got lots of comments in the last few months from you guys saying, dude, that list is obsolete. None of those knives are in that price range anymore. They're well over the $50 price point. So I was like, oh man. So I went to back to the drawing board, took a look at some of the knives that I previously reviewed, saw what else was available on the market. And I want to share with you today this list of 5 fixed blades that are really designed like for your belt in mind. Carrying it on your belt, great for hiking, great for backpacking, going on a camping trip, you know, doing basic food prep around your campsite, doing some carving, some whittling, practicing your bushcraft skills. Those type of activities are really what these knives are intended for and designed for, and these are the ones that you could apply and deploy in those type of scenarios. There are 2 that you could possibly use in more of a tactical format as well that I'm going to share with you. And so with that, let's go ahead and take a look at number 1, which is the Ontario Knife Company Old Hickory series of knives. These have been around for over 100 years at this point, and many people have used them. They're really designed as like a butcher block style knife, and they have several different sizes, but in recent years they've started selling them as an option with leather sheaths, and you can particularly get, say, like their 7-inch butcher knife in this format with a leather sheath for about $27, and for about 30 bucks you can get their game and fish knife. Both of these made in America, full tang. They got wood handles, these little leather sheaths made out of 1075 steel, and for that about $30 price point, they really do offer a lot. You can do a lot of food prep, and you can do a lot of woodscraft with both of these tools that they have, and I believe they're adding more to this collection all the time. Now, there are 2 drawbacks to these knives. One being that they're uncoated high carbon steel, which means they're gonna rust on you pretty quick. So you can do a simple patina on it with some vinegar or mustard, or you just have to kind of baby it and keep it well oiled. The other aspect is with the larger knife, when I was doing really hard use splitting wood with it, which is really beyond its capability, I did have some loosening up of the handles because they are pinned in. So know the capabilities of these particular knives. They're not hard use knives, but they're great for food prep and the woodscraft that you might be doing when it is coming time for carving and whittling and, you know, shaping wood that you may be working with for fun or for bushcraft activities. Next up on the list is the Cold Steel Dropforged Hunter. I can't believe this still comes in at under 50 bucks in 2022. It's about $35 to $40 right now online. This is made out of 52-100 steel. Now, this is a very, I would argue, premium steel for high carbons. It's extremely tough, holds a good edge. I've used this in the past and I was super impressed because it's basically just a hunk of metal with a sharpened edge. There's no handle scales, there's no nothing on it. So there's no failure points really for it to be too thin or, you know, like a hidden tang inside of a handle, something like that. It is literally just a solid piece of this good, tough, high carbon steel, and then has a good edge on it. It's about 4 inches, full flat grind, comes with a polymer sheath. And so for that price point, you're getting a really good steel. You're getting like indestructible quality basically, and you get a good mounting sheath to boot. Now, the one drawback to this is that there is no handle. It's just literally a hunk of metal. I wrapped some paracord on it, worked great. You could maybe fashion your own. You could just do a bunch of hockey tape around it. The ergonomics are good when you do paracord, but not excellent. And so in the future, I would love to see Cold Steel try to keep that same price point, but be able to just put some like Zytel handle scales that you could put in on there some way would be amazing and just take this knife to the next level. But it is extremely tough, and it does have a really good quality and strength to it if that's what you're looking for in a compact fixed blade. Now, folks, I'm gonna have a bunch of links in the description box below that you can go ahead and hop on over and see where you could pick these up from a lot of our different affiliates and distributors that we partner with. But I'm also gonna have a link to our new landing page that we've recently created where you can find all of the links to all of our affiliates, but also you can see links to our Instagram page, social media, and it's just a more honed hub that you can see what's going going on at Gideon's Tactical, so that will be in the links as well as we go through this video. And as always, I really do appreciate it when you guys use all the hyperlinks that we offer to you in the description box below. Now next up is the Condor knife and tool pterosaur or bush glider. That's right, you're getting a 2-for-1 on this one because these both are gonna be between 45 and 50 bucks. There's lots of different color combinations and the blade shapes are different, but they share the exact same handle construction, they share the exact same 1095 steel, and they share the exact same sheath. So these not only are like basically interchangeable, and I figured we could throw them in as basically one choice. You can pick whichever one more connects with you. The pterosaur being like a true bushcraft knife with a Scandi grind, so great for woodscraft, and if that's what you're doing with the full tank construction, 90-degree spine, I mean, it is an excellent option for a budget-friendly bushcraft knife. The bush glider has the exact same full tank construction, exact same handle, all that, but it's a very high, almost full flat grind with a nice clip point and then some jimping on it. So it's actually a little bit better for food prep. If you think you're going to be doing a lot of food prep with this knife, it would actually be the better choice. Still can do great stuff in the woods and like carving and whittling, but takes the cake a little bit. Oh, it has an edge over the pterosaur with that type of thing. And for the price that you're getting a great tool, whichever one you go with. The only drawback with these is that Condor's kind of known for having hit or miss quality control. So sometimes you might get a sheath that's like a little weird or a grind angle that's a little off that you kind of have to fix yourself. So that sometimes happens with some of their models, but overall for under 50 bucks, this is a great option with either blade shape you decide to go with. This guy, it's an iconic blade, and it's the Cold Steel SRK in SK5 steel. Now, they've gone through a couple renditions of this model. The original one that was released came in a hollow grind with this steel, and it was a little too fragile. This now comes with a flat grind here in 2022, which I think is better for the design. It's definitely in that search and rescue knife is what SRK stands for, so it's definitely more on the, I would say, tactical vein of it. It does have a polymer handle that's a rubberized craton that just feels so good in the hand. You're really locked in, comes with a good polymer sheath, and there is the Recon Tanto version of it. So if you really like Tantos, there is that option as well, and they still float for just under $50 on average. About $45 is what they go for. Now, the one thing and one drawback to this design is the SK5 steel is a tough high carbon, but they have really brought up the Rockwell and made it very, very hard. So the edge retention is really good, but what I found is that the tip on particularly the SRK can tend to be a little thin, and so you just got to be careful. Don't be stabbing it into stuff and cranking. I have snapped 1 or 2 tips doing that with this SK5 steel version. So it's a great piercer, but just don't be cranking side to side, and be aware of the capabilities of this tool. Some of the other higher end premium versions of this have a little bit of a thicker tip and are a little bit stronger for piercing and cranking on the tool. There is also an SRK Compact that's an even slightly smaller version. I found that the handle was pretty narrow, so if you have smaller hands, it would probably be actually an even better option for woods work because it's a little bit thinner. But for me, I feel like the original sized SRK is more in my liking, in my vein, but there is that option as well, and that will also go for about $45 here in 2022. Now, as we come to the end of the line here, it's the Mora Cans Bowl. This is a fantastic knife. Now, Mora, the brand itself, based in Sweden, makes their stuff still in Sweden. Fantastic. There are so many knives you can easily get for under 50 bucks, all sorts of different shapes and sizes, but I really like the Mora Cans Bowl, and if you were to ask me like what Mora would I get under 50 bucks, that would be the one. Not only does the handle fit so well as a woodscraft knife, you can hold it in every single grip, it's very comfortable, heavy duty polymer that's very dense, as well as a really good polymer sheath for about $35 to $40, and then you can get a Moly compatible one for about $50 currently. And then it comes with a Sandvik stainless steel, and it has a 90-degree spine. It has kind of a compound grind with a Scandi into a flat that's a little bit wonky, but it works for food prep or for woodscraft so well. And it is just an excellent tool for under $50, and you know you're getting a Swedish-made, really bushcraft / camp knife that is really hard to beat and just extremely functional, and is going to really hit a good price point. It has been keeping that price point for several years and is an excellent woodscraft tool. But I look forward to hearing from you guys. What are some maybe models that I have missed that you're aware of that you really enjoy, that are in this kind of, let's say, 4 to 6 inch range, that really connect with you and can hit that good price point of under $50? Throw a comment below. I'm sure that'll help the Gideon's Tactical community here. If you're not yet a subscriber, I invite you guys to subscribe. You know, become a part of what we do here. I throw up content for you guys every single week, just like this, breaking down gear, helping you make wise choices so that when you come out here and do an adventure, you go on a camping trip, you do whatever, you really got a good sense of what a gear item or product can do, and you're going to enjoy it and not be frustrated with money that you feel has been wasted. So appreciate you guys so much. You are awesome. And until next time, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. See you out there.